So right now we're on our way to go and pick up this BW80. I've never seen one in the flesh before, so this is gonna be real interesting. But before we get over there, we gotta go pick up the boys. Load this thing up in the back of sun, gotta drop those bars. BW80 in, made it freaking happen. BW80 in the back of the Scion.
Oh.
You guys, it's here, the big wheel 80. And it honestly is in better condition than I thought. I think that we can get this thing running. Obviously, we're gonna need to be replacing these tires at some point, but we got a lot of spray paint action going on over here. And look at this kill switch. I don't even think it works, to be honest with you. But you know what we need to do is get this thing running first. Look at the size of this meat in the back. You just don't see any pit bike with this anymore. So we have the BW80 pulled into the garage right now. What we're going to be doing first is addressing this carburetor right here. Luckily, we actually have one on hand from our PW80 build over here. So this is a stock Mikuni that we're going to be putting on this. And we're also missing a whole air filter setup right here. So we got an uproute open element to go with this carb. And we got to get rid of this Lego Bionicle looking throttle housing. So luckily we also have a stock one with a kill switch on hand. So we don't have to go with this kill switch anymore. I don't even know what this is even doing here. So I have some butt connectors here. We're going to be going through and putting in our stock kill switch right here. So right now, just going to be splicing this in. Now that we got our carburetor out, it's time to do the swap. Now it's time to come through with our OEM Mikuni that's off the PW80 and put it on here. Carburetor's in. All right, so now we got our throttle hooked up, throttle tube, kill switch. Now it's time to reassemble this whole thing and see if we can get to fire. We got this thing buttoned up. Let's get this thing on run. Give it some kicks and... Okay. We've seen enough. Right now, we know that we got to start doing some inspection inside of this top end. The last time we inspected the top end and did a rebuild, she ended up getting ported. But for now, we just got to go inside of here and check out what is going on, because that is a ton of smoke. So one of the problems that we have here with the BW80 is the only difference between the engines on this and the PW80 is our sprocket shaft right here, our output shaft. So this, for the wide wheel in the back, needs to be longer. So it's got the spacer, it comes out longer, and it actually gets in the way of where our feet are right here. And this ignition cover, which is the stock one, has a sprocket guard, but right here, it's broken. And we can't find one of these anywhere. Not even used, I can't find one online. So you know what, we're gonna need to improvise. I can't have this thing eating on my Crocs, so this is what we got right here. This is a metal vent end cap from Ace Hardware, just a generic little thin metal piece. It had a full metal ring around it. It's supposed to be an end cap, but what we went ahead and did was cut this to size so we can reference where the original spot was. We see we got a little bit of a lip left right there. So we went ahead, made our cut. Now we should have it all lined up right there. In theory, when we have everything mocked up, we should have a nice sprocket guard right here. This is a rough mock-up right here. Got our sprocket cover right there, held in by one bolt, but we want to get this all secured in the back end. But honestly, looks pretty clean. Now I want to get our swing arm nice and cleaned up. Now I'm gonna go through and take off this top end to inspect our cylinder and our piston, see what's going on there, see the status of it, and if we're gonna need a new one. Boys, this would explain a lot. Why is it running like crap right now? Check out our piston. Where's our arrow? It's pointing up right now. That is not towards our exhaust. It should be pointing down. So our piston is in backwards. Piston is upside down, pretty scored. We need to get a replacement. It's time for a rebuild. Got that cylinder slipped in on there. Now that we have this thing put together, we're just gonna run this top end until we get our new one. So we're here with the new parts we just got in for the BW80. And right here, we got first a 21mm PWK flat slide carburetor that we're going to be putting onto this thing. Wanted to do an upgraded carb. We have the OEM on right there, but we want to go with something a little bit bigger. You guys know we have plans for this thing, so we're just planning for the future. And then for that, we're going to need a new throttle cable. Got that Nibby throttle cable and the Nibby throttle housing to go with it. But on the BW80, you guys know that a stock kill switch and throttle tube are one unit. So because of that, we have our new throttle housing. We're gonna need a new kill switch. So we got a KX style kill switch right there. Small little dot. It's gonna look real great. And we're gonna need to get these put on these bars. For now, we're gonna be swapping out these bars with these stock PW80 bars that I actually have on hand. So we just wanna get rid of this spray paint look right here and just get these on until our new bars come in. Got our PWK 21mm carburetor put onto this. Got that transparent bowl. Got our blue premix fuel running through here. Now it's time for a startup. For now, what we had on hand was this cone filter up front that we're going to be running. We had this right here lying around, so went and slapped this on our 21mm PWK, and she is running all right. Even after a quick rip, our sprocket cover, not looking too bad. Guys, we've brought this BW80 back to life. We got the main source of its problem. We know that piston was put in backwards, so we got that taken care of. We got our upgraded carb right here, and we took care of our sprocket guard right there. But we know this engine is going to need a complete rebuild. After we went through and inspected this top end, we saw our piston was scored. We saw our cylinder was also scored. We need to get a replacement of those. And then also our crank is going to need to be addressed. So on its way, top and bottom end rebuild kit, we're going to have a completely fresh engine on this thing along with some brand new tires. But the build has begun on this BW80. You guys are not going to want to miss it. So like this video, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to not miss a single video on this BW80 series.